Hi, I am Life Coach Patricia Booker with Kingdom Business, where we are empowered, where we heal, get delivered, and get free, where we know who we are. We elevate our minds and our spirits, raise and expand our consciousness to ultimately walk in our true divine purpose. That is who God created us to be. And so, in today's video, I want to talk to you about this powerful thing to do and watch your manifestations come in. This one thing that you can do, very powerful, to watch your ship come in, to watch your manifestations come in. In fact, this one thing brings it in. It helps you to bring it in, or allows it to bring it in. And so, this one powerful thing you can do where you can watch your manifestations come in is to be silent. I know that may be surprising, but really, it's not. It's real. Sometimes it's been said that after the storm, there's a calm. So many a times while we are doing the work, we are healing, we're resolving issues, we're dealing with our inner man, um, raising our spirits up, raising our vibration. We're aligning with who we are in God, doing the work to do that, which means letting go of a lot of stuff, clearing our space, our spirit, our energy, cleansing, purifying ourselves, um, to ultimately elevate ourselves, elevate our spirits. We're meditating. We've done all the affirming, the visualizing, the aligning as far as feeling it, knowing that you have your manifestations, knowing that it's already there, it's already done, knowing that you are already who God said you are while you're still working through things. And so we know we have to speak these things out. We know we have to declare them. We have to say the right things. We have to think the right thoughts. We have to feel the right way. We have to keep ourselves on the right level, emotionally, mentally, vibrationally. And so the idea is we've done so much work that we get the signal that everything is done, everything is in place, and now you just need to be silent so that it can come in. What happens is being silent calms everything. It calms your inner man. What happens is when we put these things out and we're aligning with it, we're actually creating the very things that we are looking to. We're creating our manifestations. So once you've done all that work and you get the signal that it's done, you can literally just be silent. And I emphasize it because, it's been said that you should talk about it, you should declare it. Yeah, you did all those things. But after you've done all those things and you get the signal that it's done, you want to silence yourself. You don't want to talk about it. You still want to keep yourself in that vibration, continue to align with it within yourself. But it's no longer a verbal thing. Not right now for these particular manifestations. Maybe later when you're ready to manifest something else, it's time for something else, then you will go through the whole process all over again. But for these manifestations that you are anticipating and awaiting right now, when you get that signal and you've been told it's done, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to be told to be quiet because that's what happened to me. But I'm saying it too to say, if you're not getting it, just know if you've been told it's done, you can be silent. Yes, meditate on it. But what you're really meditating on is what you're going to do once it come in. Kind of like when we visualize and we imagine what we're going to do when we get this $10 million. What are we going to do? because doing that helps you to manifest, because the money has to have a purpose. It has to have an agenda. It has to have a job to do. So it has to be something of significance, something to serve, something to help, not only you and your life, but something to serve a purpose in this world, to uplift humanity, to help heal humanity. And so I'm saying that to say that now that you're silent and you're waiting, you want to continue with that. You want to see yourself and think on you literally gonna strategize. And what happens is God gives you strategy, which is another reason why you have to now be silent. You have to be silent and listen for God to show you, because He's showing you what you're getting ready to do. He's giving you instructions, literally step by step or piece by piece. He's showing you the route that you're getting ready to take when your manifestations come in. So while you're silent, you're still within yourself. You're in meditation mode, meditating and receiving the instructions God is giving you, so that you can carry the things out when your manifestations come in. Being silent while it's coming in, being silent helps it to come in. Because what happens is you calm. You have to calm everything. Rarely do shifts and manifestations come in when it's a lot of, a lot of stuff going on. Manifestations tend to come in when you calm. And I said before, the calm after the storm, because many a times while we're doing all of these things, while we're doing the work, while we're affirming and, going through the whole process of putting these things in our vortex, so to speak, creating these things in a spirit realm, which were already created. We're just aligning with it, and we're saying yes to God in the universe, to all those things that are already ours. When we're doing that work and aligning with it and creating it out in the atmosphere in the universe, or aligning with it, what happens is many a times we get a lot of static. It's always a lot of stuff going on. And we have to push through that and stay our course. And so what happens is, when it's done and when it's really starting to come in, you will get a cue. And this is your cue, if this is you, to be silent so that it can come in. Again, that's the calm after all that you've done, all the work you've done. And that doesn't mean you're not still working. You're not still healing and still dealing with yourself and your inner man. The truth of the matter is, we will always be doing that while we're on earth. And so, but you have reached a place and you've done enough work and enough has been done, or it's time for your ship to come in. It's time for your manifestations to come in. It's already happened. Now you have to let them come in. And how do you let them come in? How do you let it come in? By being silent. In my last video, I talked about being still and knowing that God is God, knowing that it's happening. So you want to be still, but you also want to be silent, which means you don't want to talk about it so much. You just know. You just know now. You be silent and you let it come in. When I say be silent, I'm not saying don't talk at all. I'm saying about that. You just want to be in a very calm, still place. And that stillness causes it to flow, because you don't have any resistance. Also, there may still be a little noise and chatter going on around, but that's why you want to make it an effort. You want to be very proactive and intentional about being silent, about this stillness, about this shh, because that is the key at this point to allowing it to flow. Again, when you're, sometimes we can just be doing a whole lot and talking a whole bunch, and it can cause some resistance. And so the idea is to don't talk about it, because you've already done it. You've already spoken it. It's there, it's set, it's already established. It's just ready to come in. And so you want to silence yourself as well as still yourself. Keep yourself still, calm. You continue to go about your daily life doing your daily things, but you want to be in a very silent and still space, calm. Because again, you have to be so tuned in to what the Spirit of God is speaking to you and saying, the direction that is giving you. It's giving you direction, yes, in just doing whatever it is that you needing to be doing, but it's also giving you direction on what moves you're getting ready to make once your ship manifestations come in. But you have to be very calm, very still, very silent. And again, that doesn't mean don't talk to people. Of course, you continue with your life, but you want to refrain from speaking of that. Let me say this as well. Being silent at this point keeps, especially where it concerns talking about it with others, keeps people's energy out of it while your ship is coming in. Now, when we have spoken about it, even if we've spoken it out loud and maybe somebody caught it by ear, just sense whatever is happening with you, sometimes people's energy, is while you're doing the creating, while you're aligning, it may not be always you and your energy and your resistance. It can be others. Now, not that it did anything because it didn't stop it. It's your manifestation. But the thing is, now you want to be quiet because now you know what's coming in to the extent you do. But you don't even, it's kind of like don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. It's just like, it's already done. And so nothing needs to be spoken. You've done that part. It's coming in now. You're being cued to be silent, be still. And so the calmer you are and the more silent you are about this thing, the easier the flow is for it. Now, let me say this also. We have to make sure we keep our inner man calm. You cannot respond and react to things going on around you. Let me tell you something. I just recently went through an experience where I had to let some things out, in different areas with different situations, different people. But it's like I let some stuff out that I hadn't even been doing because I've been tuning so much out. But it was like it happened on purpose for me to release all of that so that now I can tune in, be silent, be still, be silent, you know? So it's kind of like sometimes when things, it goes back to when you ignore nonsense, you don't want to put your attention on nonsense, you don't want to hold nonsense in your awareness because you don't want to bring it into your world. Sometimes things do need to be addressed. And so what I'm saying is I found myself addressing things. I even found myself being triggered or having my trip moments when I had not been having that. But what I realized is that needed to be released so that the silence and the calm can begin, so the ship can come in. Because there may have been some residue there. And again, some things that just needed to be addressed so that now I've already said it, addressed those things in whatever way, shape, or form it was needed and necessary. And now it's done. It's done. So even if something persists or if something is happening, I've done what I needed to do. I released might say or address whatever it is. Sometimes it's behaviors. Sometimes it's your own things that you struggle and battle with. They show up, and that's even a release sometimes. And you have to know that. And it doesn't take away from what's manifesting. But now you can be still in that and be quiet and know that it's good. It's coming in. And what I'm trying to say, I don't know if I'm making sense, but what I'm trying to say is, regardless of what has happened, when you release those things, you address, release, you can let it go. It's not anything that you have to hold on to. And those things, it's just like when our issues come up to the surface, they come up for us to address them. When things come up that we need to heal, they come up because we need to heal them. So you don't want to push it down and suppress it because it's still there. And it grows and it worsens. And then you act it out, because you're not healing it and addressing it. It's kind of the same things when things come up and you address it, and you may have to go here. You may have to say a few couple of things to somebody. Some will call it getting it off your chest. You may not even have known it was on your chest, but it showed up, and it's okay. It's showing up. So you can let it out, release it, so you can get in your silent mode. And so if you find any of these things happening where in different areas of your life, and even with people, loved ones or not loved ones, whoever, because we come in contact with people that we are not in relationship with. They're not our family, they're not our friends, but they're passerbyers, or they may be a neighbor or someone down the street, or someone we work with, someone at the store where we shop at, and sometimes it's just things there. And maybe you're being led to say something about something that maybe you normally don't, or you ignore because you have to tune these things out. So if you're being led to do that, it's because you're releasing something so that you can receive what's yours, so that you can now be quiet about that. And maybe that was something that needed to happen. Because if something was happening and you were cued to address it or speak on it, that means that it needed to be released. And again, it happened. That was a cleansing for you. That was let me address this now. And now the truth is, you won't ever have to again. Even if it's there, you addressed it. You followed the cue. You followed the leading. And so now God is saying, shh. It seems like one doesn't have to do with another, but everything has to do with everything. All things are interconnected. Everything. Now, we may not always be able to intellectually understand that, but you can trust that is so, and trust God's leading. Trust how He's leading you. And so, anyhow, the point is, shh, silence yourself. You don't need to talk about it anymore. You don't need to talk about it because it's already done. You've done that part. Now you be quiet, silence yourself about that thing. Now you can still meditate on it. Stay in alignment with it now. But the idea is you already know it's done. So now you're in receiving mode so that it can come in, so that your manifestations to come in. But you have to be in silent mode. You have to be in silent mode. And so for them to come through easier, smoother, so there can be a flow instead of you want it to just flow. You don't want it to you don't want to have a hard time. And a powerful way to help that come in just smoothly at an easy flow is by being silent about what it is you're receiving, what it is you're manifesting. You don't have to talk about it. Now you can be about it because you already talked about it. You already put it out there. It's done. Now receive by being quiet, being silent about it. So, anyway, I hope this helps you. I hope it makes sense. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. And you can click that bell right next to that red subscribe button so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. You can also connect with me on Facebook and Instagram at Latricia Booker, and on Twitter at Kingdom Business 9. That is Kingdom Business with one S and the number 9. And so you all, that's my time. That's what I have for you today. So I'm out. Peace.